There are certain things that top agents track and that they know exactly where they stand in relation to these metrics. Today I'm going to share with you 7 different metrics top agents track on a regular basis. When it comes to business growth and what the top agents in our industry do, I've found some patterns here that I see certain things that top agents always look at, the metrics they track, the things they do, or that they understand what's going on their business to know whether they need to be making some adjustments or whether they're on track. So what I want to do today is I'm going to share with you these 7 metrics that I've seen they track and that I know that if you'll apply these to your business and you understand these numbers in your business, there's not a doubt in my mind that your business is going to grow. But before we get to these metrics, if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. It'll give you the opportunity to know when we drop new videos to add value to your real estate business. Also, if you hit the little bell, it's going to let you know immediately as soon as we do those things. The first and most valuable metric that I see top agents tracking, and that if you track this, I know it's going to help your business, is the most important one. This is tracking what is your profit and loss. What is it that your business is doing to create a profit? Listen, I know a lot of team leaders, I know a lot of agents that spend a lot of money on marketing, they spend a lot of money on buying leads, and at the end of the day, their profit margin is very small to even possibly having times when they go backwards. Ultimately, this business is about creating the lifestyle that you have in your dream. So what is it that you can do to begin to make sure that your business is profitable? One of the things that they do is they look at all of the expenses they have on a regular basis and they try to figure out, is this actually creating value into my business? So for instance, if you're buying leads, how many transactions are those buying those leads actually generating? What is your cost and what is the net dollar that you're making after you have your expenses taken out and you have the commissions that you brought in? Also, if you're out there and you have a geographical farm, how much are you spending on an annual basis and how many transactions and how many dollars is it funneling down to the bottom line of your business to see exactly what your return on investment is? You see, if you track your numbers and you understand what it is that's adding value and that has a rate of return in your business, I promise your business is going to get better. The second metric that top agents track is their lead flow. Do you have a consistent flow of leads coming into your business? How is that lead flow in relation to how many leads you had coming in last month to the same month you had last year? You see, when top agents really focus in on this, they understand that in order to have a growing business, you have to have a database that is continuously growing and that is continuously having the ability to add value to more people. So what is it you're doing that you can consistently count on new leads coming in? Are you geographically farming and having a call to action that drives people to be a part of your database? Are you out there making phone calls around different types of the things that are happening in your business, whether it be just sold, just listed, where you're calling the neighbors and you're adding those folks to your database where you can continue to add value? What is it you're doing on a consistent basis? Is it buying leads? Whatever it is for you, do you have that consistent flow of leads coming into your business? Are you tracking the number of leads that are coming in on a monthly basis and comparing that to previous months, previous quarters, and even the year before? You see, when you start tracking and understanding that your lead flow is continuously growing, now you know that you've got a business that's going to continuously be growing as well. Next up is, what is your ratio to the number of calls you make to the transactions that you actually have in your business? When I was in the business and doing these, I would daily keep a log of how many conversations real estate related I had each and every day. At the end of the month, I would total these numbers up and I would see how many transactions I had go under contract that month. Also, it gave me the ability to start tracking this. Okay, this month I had, for instance, 300 conversations. Well, and during that month, I actually had whatever number of transactions. Then I could begin to understand what is the number of real estate related conversations as a ratio to the number of transactions that I generate. This gave me the ability really to understand exactly what I needed to do on a daily basis to begin to do those things on a daily basis so that I knew that I could hit my monthly, quarterly, and annual goals. You see, when you track this number and you understand what it does, it gives you some confidence, because now you know that, listen, if I make 35 calls, I'm going to get a transaction. If I make 60 calls, I'm going to get a transaction. Whatever the number is for you, when you know your numbers, your results begin to get better and better and better. The next metric that top agents track is their number of active listings and their pipeline of future listings. You see, listings are the name of the game in this business. Also, it gives you an idea of transactions that if you're doing your job and you're pricing it correctly, if you're marketing the property correctly, and the market is helping you out by having an opportunity for things to get sold in the market, you're going to have a number of transactions that you can almost count on. You know, whatever that number is for you. I tracked it on an annual basis. In other words, I knew that if I took 10 listings, I was going to sell 9 out of those 10 listings. listings. So what is it for you? What is it in this market cycle? Because if you understand that, you can begin to understand what your future business is going to look like. What are the transaction numbers going to look like? It also gave me an understanding of that if I had a certain number of active listings, I knew that I was going to be generating the opportunity to have new leads coming into my business. We just talked about that a little bit earlier. One of the main things I did was that by having a number of active listings, I knew that I was going to get sign calls. I knew that I was going to get opportunities to show property from people that wanted to see that house. I knew that I was going to get opportunities through open houses to be able to have people coming in that I was attracting into my business. You see, when you understand the number of listings you have and you understand how many that you have that are in the pipeline that are coming in the next 3 to 6 months, now you can get a real good projection of where your business is going to be 3 to 6 months from now. The next metric that top agents track in this business is the number of pending contracts. You see, when we see what has closed, it's really more of an understanding of what happened 60, 90 days ago when we went under contract. When we see pending contracts, that's really more of a result of what we're doing right now or we've been doing the last 30 days. Pending contracts give us an understanding of what we can expect income-wise in the next 30, 60, 90 days. It also gives us an understanding of the amount of work that we've been doing over the last few months, if it's active and if it's actually producing some results or if we need to make some adjustments. So are you tracking the contracts that are closing right now, which is really more of an understanding of what happened in the past, or are you understanding exactly what's happening in your business right now by tracking those pending contracts and the things that are happening right at this very moment? The next metric you should be tracking is your year-over-year production. Where are you in relation to where you were this time last year? Where are you in relation to the goals that you set for this year? You see, when you understand that sometimes this business is seasonal. Listen, there are parts of the country where closings are not going to happen during the months of December and January nearly at the level they're going to happen during the summer. So where are you in relation to where you were this time last year? What are you doing right now that helps you understand that your production is in line with where it should be and that you're making progress towards your goals and you're outperforming what you did last year? Listen, a growing business is a business that's doing more business. There are times when we see markets pull back where there aren't as many transactions, but the agent that focuses in and makes sure they're doing the daily tasks to get the transactions that they deserve and that they should have in their business, they'll absolutely have the opportunity to grow their business no matter what the market does. So if you're not out there and you're tracking exactly where you are in relation to where you were last year as far as the production and the number of sales, the number of listings that you have, the number of leads that you have coming in, all of those things are metrics that by understanding those, you know that you know your business is growing the way that it should. Last but absolutely not least is tracking the number of reviews that you have coming into your business, the recommendations, those people that are out there that are leaving those online reviews. Here's what online reviews do. It does a couple different things. The first thing that it does is it gives you an understanding that the people that you're serving are so happy with the service you've given that they're willing to do those reviews for you. Also what it does is it continues to build the understanding and the trust that you have in the general marketplace. We all understand, especially now and especially going forward, that people are going to go on and they're going to Google you. They're going to go in and they're going to search for what it is that the internet says about you. If they go on and they see only 1 or 2 reviews, it's going to speak completely different than if you have a growing number of reviews and you have somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 or hundreds of reviews depending on the size of your business. Focus in on getting and generating those reviews and those recommendations, and by doing so, you're building the opportunity for your business to compound, your trust to compound, and for everything in your life to get better. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.